Hello YouTube, this is Total War Seraphim, and I'm bringing you a slightly overdue promise. I promised the Zeal clan, Cicero in general, that I would be bringing the semi-final games of their Zeal Blade Balance 3.0 mod, and so I am proud to present that as tonight's match. This match is going to be played between Cicero and Talon Caesar. The general rules of the tournament itself, which was called Zeal Blade Balance 3.0 mod tournament, was 5 max of the same units, max 8 melee infantry, and max 3 pikemen. All right, so let's jump into these next 3 games, okay? All right, YouTube. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the creators of this Blade Balance 3.0, not to be confused with Blade Balance 2.0 mod. This is the Zeal version. So created by Helvetian Slayer and Benobanal. Benobanal, who has been featured in my FIB tournaments before. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him because he's been quite helpful to me and quite respectful and quite helpful in this entire process. So here we have the semifinals of the tournament held by the Blade Balance Zeal 3.0. And the main things I want to point out, the changes between both Epirus, here we have Epirus, and here we have Athens, is that the Epirus levy pikes have now a morale of 28, while the standard pikes have a 36 morale, and the Athenians have more than a few changes. The Therio hoplites now have 4 precursor jabs. The veteran hoplites have been replaced with Athenian veterans, which have +2 melee attack and +10 morale. So quite a bit of buff to the morale. And the pikemen have now a 36 morale. So let's get into this game. Cicero will be playing as Athens, as we see here, and Talon Caesar will be playing as Epirus, as we see over here. So I'm going to start off first by going over Cicero's army right here. So up front we have a militia hoplite backed up by a thorax hoplite, another thorax, a mercenary Thracian warrior, and a Hippeus lancer to make up the right flank. For skirmishers in the front, we have, it seems, 3 mercenary Cretan archers. In the back, we have 3 pikemen. Again, you can see they have the 150 men that Blade Balance does as well. But there are, as I've stated, a morale buff on them. In the back, we have a militia hoplite, and we have a Hippeus lancer general. That makes up the center. For his left flank, we have a militia hoplite up front, a thorax hoplite, another thorax hoplite, a mercenary Thracian warrior, and another Hippeus lancer. So very, very similar flanks for Cicero's army here. Now we're going to take a look at Talon Caesar's army. On his far left flank, we have got a mercenary Samnite warrior with an archer and 2 Thessalian cav and a Hellenic royal cavalry general. Making up the other parts, we have a mercenary Samnite warrior as well as another mercenary Samnite. For his skirmishers, we have 3 standard archers made up of 90 men. And to hold the center, we have, it looks like, 3 levy pikemen, each again with 150 men, and it looks like he's going to be starting out in pike formation. For his far right flank, we have a mercenary Etruscan hoplite, 2 mercenary Etruscan hoplites, with Therio spears out on the far right flank, and 2 Thessalian calves. So let's get into this game and see what happens, huh? I find this matchup interesting. I've seen both players play. more than a few times, and I'm interested to see what this this change in the pikemen's morale does for both sides. So it seems like Talon Caesar, playing as Empress here, is coming out quite aggressively. Um, I did notice these mercenary Cretans, and I gotta figure that these mercenary Cretans are far superior to these archers, but since there are now 150 men in the levy pikes, uh, it makes sense to take out the archers, but it's going to cost quite a bit of an ammo unless you can find another way, and the pikemen might not be so simple to take out. Oh, by the way, guys, I hope you're enjoying the new face cam visage. This is my it's been recommended by a few viewers, so I'm going to give it a try and see what you guys say and what your feedback is. I've got my hoodie up so my hair can be stifled back. Talon Caesar seems to be being quite aggressive with his Thessalians, or he seems to be lining up a charge here. While it seems that Cicero is content to play it quite safe here. Both seem to be playing a defensive game, moving the thorax hoplites out here to perhaps deter any charge of the Thessalians, which are continuing their movement around the left flank of Cicero. Out here on the right flank of on the left flank of Cicero, we can see again the Thessalians lining up with the Therios spears, perhaps trying to move into range, and the mercenary Etruscan hoplites engaging. Now here we finally see that the mercenary Cretan archers do open up on the archers, almost getting them to rout almost instantly. Looks like he's going to take one more volley, but this time it seems like he's aiming at the levy pikemen, and he drops a couple in that volley. Looks like the thorax hoplites and the mercenary Etruscans are going to go head to head. This Hippeus Lancer does come in a bit late, and as such is not able to get the kills. I can tell it was timed for. The mercenary Cretans are really just opening up on everything and anything in their path. Out here on the right flank, the thorax hoplites are going to engage with the mercenary Samnites, who do not get it charge, and the Hippeus Lancers do time that really well, and the mercenary Samnites are going to take a lot of damage. The mercenary Thracian warriors do get in here with the mercenary Samnites, and the thorax hoplites go in the shield wall, and so we'll hold out while the mercenary Thracian warriors work their way to the front. But here on the far right, the Thessalians are breaking through, and it looks like they're going to get a clean charge into this Hippeus Lancer, which is very unfortunate, as this Hippeus is a far superior unit. All across the line, it seems like Talon Caesar has overwhelmingly, convincingly pulled the flanks, but now the general of Caesar is being brought out here to finish off the rest of the archers, and Talon Caesar's general, his Hellenic Royal Cavalry of 60 men, is now within range of the archers, and he must be careful of that. He looks like he's opting in for a charge, but then thinks better of it. They get a few volleys off on him, and he takes damage. And quickly, this Hippeus Lancer is giving chase and does catch him. Looks like he goes into trample charge, which was another bonus added in Blade Balance 2.0 that seems to have been carried over into the Zeal 3.0. So this Hellenic cavalry is really getting punished here as it tries to run away. Its men are dropping dramatically. And as such, it looks to be that the odds are tipping in Cicero's favor, though this left flank seems to have been won pretty convincingly. I'm going to stick with the general for now, since this seems to be where the action's at. He is chasing the Hellenic Royal Cavalry right into the standard archers, but since he's not willing to engage, the Cicero's general is just going to be brought right in here against the archers themselves. And the archers won't last long. if at all. Yeah, no, they're starting to break here. But this flank here, these thorax hoplites aren't holding up very well to the Thessalians and the mercenary Samnites. And the Hippeis back here are going to get a nice charge, it seems, into these the Hippeis into the Thessalians. So we'll see how that goes. The general again doing just the absolute brutal work of this, taking out another skirmisher unit and heading straight into the Hellenic Royal Cavalry, cutting it off and getting a nice clean charge into it. It seems to be dropping men quite rapidly down to 10, wavering, and down to 8, probably about to break. This other Hippeis Lancer is now free to bring in whatever charges it can, and this Thessalian Cav that did have 19 men, due to the loss of the general, is now wavering and is about to take another hit from this Hippeis Lancer general, who is just absolutely getting the work done. Unbelievable. So we still have the mercenary Cretans left too, and it seems that they have conserved their ammo quite efficiently and are prepared for any engagement on this side that they may lose, as the Thessalians have been busy here mopping up the hoplites of Cicero. Talon Caesar here is running out of units. This mercenary Samnite warrior just received a brutal charge from, again, the Hippeis Lancer general, and it seems that these pikemen are being repositioned, repurposed to take on the mercenary Samnites. Though the Samnites aren't going down without a fight. It took quite a bit of units to bring them down, but it looks like they're finally going to go down here. So we have a final standoff here, and it looks like to be definitely in Cicero's firm grasp. He is moving this Thessalian around the corner, and it looks like he's just going to get caught on the pikes. Oh, how unfortunate is that? Terrible timing, my friend. But he is going to, looks like he is going to be able to pull him through, and he is going to get into these mercenary Cretans that have been causing, no doubt, a lot of grief to these standard archers, and that is just how it is. These pikemen are reforming out here, and these archers are targeting them, but there just seems to be way too many units, and with this unbelievable Hippeis Lancer general left on the field, doesn't seem like there's. It looks like the Thessalian cavalry is really stuck between a rock and a hard place, and is going to take another charge by this Hippeis Lancer general, who brings it into this Thessalian, who is now dropping quite rapidly with the support of the militia hoplite and the other Hippeis Lancer. So the general is got to be the MVP of Cicero's army. And now it seems like the rest of Talon's units are breaking. And what a great end to the first of 3 games in this tournament. So let's take a look and see how the units themselves did. All right. Well, let's go over Talon Caesar's build first. It looks like the Hellenic Royal Cavalry only had 1 kill. And I'm not going to say much. We saw what happened. It strayed too close to the mercenary Cretans, and it got chased by the Hellenic Royal Cavalry, and it really just it never really had a shot. Thessalians 173. I believe these were out on the left flank of Caesar, and they were getting repeated rear charges. So I presume that Talon Caesar, that's where his attention was during the battle, while these only had 24, so probably on the right side. These 73, perhaps somewhere between the two, and 137 kills on this one, not too shabby at all, probably out on the left flank of Caesar as well. The Levy pikemen not doing well at all. 11 kills, 0 kills for this pikeman. I assume this one was probably the one also shot up by the Cretans in the beginning there. 34 kills for this one. Mercenary Etruscan hoplites getting 78 kills. That's not bad for the mercenary Etruscan hoplites, but only 37 on this one. 93 for this one. 98 kills, 101 kills for these mercenary Samnites. The heavy armor of them make them fairly useful. But I question what they were going up against. I can't quite recall. But this one with only 17 kills, it must have run into a pike unit or was rear charged. It took a thrashing, and 17 kills for mercenary Samnites, just not going to get the job done. These standard archers with 23, 11, and 0 kills all fell prey to the mercenary Cretan archers and just never had a shot. These Therio spears surprised me. They pulled out 134 kills. I'm not entirely sure what those kills were on, but they did magnificently for Therio spears. And I believe, yeah, well, it says the Therio spears for Athens have 4 precursor jabs. I wonder if that applied to them as well. It may not have. But anyways, let's go over the winner here, Cicero, his build. As I was quite impressed by his display in this game. 206 kills on the Hippeus Lancer. Now this certainly is the MVP in my mind of his entire army. Most valuable player by far with 3 chevrons. He not only charged right through his own lines and took on one of these archers and destroyed the unit. He then threatened the Hellenic Royal Cavalry of Talon Caesar, who had to flee because the mercenary Cretans were within range. And as he fled, he led the Hippeus Lancer general of Caesar right back into his skirmishers on Talon's left flank or Caesar's right flank. And as such, each unit just kept falling prey because the Hippeus Lancers kept getting the charges they needed. Now this Hippeus Lancer only got 40 kills. Not entirely sure what happened there. This one had 103. I believe this one was the one left in late game that was helping support the general, and probably why the general was able to last as long as it did. The mercenary Cretans. What can I say? The skirmishers were far superior for Cicero in this game, and he really chose his targets well, and he conserved his ammo well. He took out the archers where he could, but where he could, say, like take his Hippeus Lancer general in for a charge as opposed to wasting ammo, he did. So in that way, he conserved his ammo extremely well, and I appreciate that because ammo conservation is something I'm very, very poor at. These mercenary Thracians were used primarily to help in infantry fights, bringing them into the backs of other units engaged in combat, generally in hoplite or Samnite. I wasn't too impressed with their with how they did. I wonder perhaps if they would have been better leading the charge as opposed to coming in behind, because maybe they didn't make it to the front of the line to do the damage that they needed to do. I presume that their charge is really what gets the job done. These militia hoplites have 8. I'm sure they acted as meat shields. 36 kills. That's an interesting amount of kills for a militia hoplite. And 3 for this one. Now the pikemen here did much better. They had 71 kills, 58 kills on this one. I think the buff to morale probably helped quite a bit. The thorax hoplites did quite well. Actually, all of the thorax hoplites did quite well. 94, 122, 159, 98, averaging, somewhere around probably about 110, 120 maybe, 125, somewhere around there. So all in all, a wonderful game, and I wanted to thank both contestants for playing, both Talon Caesar and Cicero, and I appreciate the replays being sent to me. I love covering tournament play since I think it brings out the best in all players, and I definitely support all variations of Total War Rome, and I look forward to the next 2 games in this series. Mind you, this is just one of 3 that would determine the winner. All right, well, this is Total War Seraphim signing off. Be well.